Hey, what up, y'all? So just got back from watching Mission Impossible 8 Final Reckoning. This seems like it's gonna be the last movie, but that's just me. I'm not really sure because it says Final Reckoning, so I just thought it's gonna be the last movie. I went into this movie expecting it to be the last one. And throughout this movie, there were a lot of stuff that kind of indicates that this is the last movie. From the beginning of the movie, like the first few minutes were like more like throwbacks to the previous movies where they kind of did like a whole flashback of everything. Because I mean, I just thought they were gonna do like a flashback of the previous movie just for people who forgot maybe what what happened in the previous movie, but they did a flashback or a throwback to everything that he did since part one, every single thing. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely gonna be the last movie. And throughout the movie there were a lot of references. Some OG character kind of went away. So I'm like, okay, this could be the last movie. Even in the ending, he kind of just like walked into the crowd. There was no indicator that says like, uh, yeah, there's gonna be a next one. Even if you look at what happened in this movie, I'm like, could there actually be anything more worse than what happened in this movie? Because each movie they keep finding ways to what like make something even worse than what happened in the previous movie. But after watching this movie, I'm like, there's no way they could come up with something even worse than this. All right, like if at this point I feel like there's just got to be like some solar system, because there's no other threat to the Earth even worse than what happened in this movie. There's just none. All right, at this point I feel like there's gonna be aliens or whatever, or planets crashing, and then Ethan's got to do something to stop the two planets from crashing or whatever. So like, I don't know. Just based on what I saw in this movie, it just seems like this is going to be the last movie. Okay, that's just what I'm saying. All right, and I love the Mission Impossible movies. In my opinion, the top action franchise can never be topped by anything. Each movie it just gets better and better and better. Like whenever a Mission Impossible movie comes out, it's just kind of instantly becomes a best movie of the year contender. So that's just how good these movies are. And Tom Cruise, just I don't know, bro. This dude is definitely a vampire. Each movie, he just comes up with different ways to do different stunts. Like I don't know how much I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff that happened in this movie he did himself, but I'm just curious which one exactly did he do himself. I mean, I know everything. I'm pretty sure he did everything himself. Just some I'm really curious on how and how everything happened. So, in my opinion, greatest action movie franchise ever. Uh, if this is gonna be the last movie, it's gonna be sad because I like these movies, man. These movies you can always count on Mission Impossible to give you a proper action movie. So they will never fail in terms of delivering a good action flick. So this movie, nonetheless, really good. Instantly, I'm gonna say this could be the best movie of this year. Not gonna lie. If this is the last one, they're going out on a bang. Really, literally, this is great. Okay. um so yeah, this movie they did continue off from the last movie, and like I said, they didn't just continue off from the last movie. They brought back a lot of stuff from the previous movie. And I thought it was just gonna be references, but this movie they kind of connected back to part three and part one. So that FBI, I'm not sure if he's FBI or a cop, that he was in Fast and Furious 2. O'Connor broke his nose, and then he was in Fast and Furious 6, and then he was in the last movie. So they gave him like they kind of gave an explanation on who he is, and it kind of connected back to the older movies. And there's actually a plot point that connects to Mission Impossible 3, where something that happened in 7, the last one, Dead Reckoning, is actually caused by what happened in part 3, but it's just that Ethan didn't know about it. So I mean, even in that movie itself, he didn't know what it was. He just stole it because the people asked him to steal it, but he didn't know what was inside. But part 7, part 8, we finally figure out what it actually is. So I thought it was dope that they actually connected back to those movies and brought back some people from part one, part two, part three. So that was actually pretty cool. All everything how they did it, the action scenes there. Every movie they just seem to be topping the previous movie. Like the last movie, Tom Cruise riding a motorcycle off the cliff, and then the stuff with the train. Fallout was the previous one, I think. What was the what did he do in Fallout? I think it was the helicopter stuff, right? Like him climbing up the rope to the helicopter. Rogue Nation was him, underwater for how many minutes. So yeah, every single movie, this dude just manages to do something really crazy. So in this movie, also like a lot of stuff with hanging off from planes and being underwater for so long in the submarine. So yeah, the stunts crazy. All right, I just want to know how much of these he actually like did 100%. I just want to know how he actually did it. That's just, I'm pretty curious. So maybe I'll just look up for the behind the scenes. Um, so yeah, the plot pretty much continued from the last movie. Like I'm pretty sure everybody already knows what the plot was going to be because they left off where he got the key to the AI's mainframe inside the submarine, and then the movie kind of ended by showing where the submarine is. So the plot of the movie is basically he gotta find out exactly where the submarine is in the middle of nowhere under the ocean. He gotta locate where it is, use this key to basically take out the code, the source code for the AI, so that he could actually defeat it and also defeat the dude working for the AI, the dude who played Deathstroke in Titans. His name was Gabriel. In the last movie, I said, bro, Gabriel is such a bad villain name. Uh, I don't know. I just feel like it's a terrible villain name, bro. Gabriel. There's nothing scary about it at all. We gotta kill Gabriel. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Shit. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So that's pretty much the plot. But this movie was actually really scary and nerve wracking. Number one, because of what the possibilities that the AI, because Ethan actually spoke to the AI, and the AI kind of showed the possibility of what could happen. Like, I don't know, this movie definitely has some kind of like, they're telling you what AI could actually do. And there was one scene where Ethan spoke to the AI, and the AI kind of showed him the possibilities of what could happen. That scene was scary as hell. Right, for me, I thought that scene was pretty scary, about a nuclear war happening, AI taking control of every nuclear on Earth, and then just straight out shooting it across the world. The whole world goes into yeah, nuclear war. All right, so that was pretty scary. I always thought about the possibility, even especially right now with everything going on in the world, but seeing how it took place in the movie where an AI just takes control of everything and then just shoots out every nuke that every country has, that scene was scary. And then every scene that Tom Cruise was a part of where he does something crazy was also super scary, especially this whole scene. I think about what, 15-20 minute scene, which was completely underwater from the moment he kind of hitches a ride from a submarine because he wants to go to the other submarine where the AI's code's located. That whole scene, bro, was so nerve wracking. It was so insane. Like you was watching a horror movie, you were holding your breath for each scene. You're like, oh shit, oh shit. You know, it was crazy. All right. And of course, the submarine underwater is on a cliff. I don't understand what's with Mission Impossible and cliffs. It's always cliffs, all right? Either he's hanging off a cliff, fighting from a cliff, or riding a motorcycle off a cliff, helicopter, falling from a cliff. Like, it's always cliffs with Mission Impossible. I don't get it. Even underwater, a submarine is on a cliff. And the submarine is rolling down slowly as he gotta quickly take out the source code from the submarine. It's always cliffs about it's always cliffs. Even underwater, it's cliffs. Uh so yeah, all those were great. All right, nerve wracking movie shit. Um all the characters was great. Benji and what was the character Grace, the pickpocket. She actually was so useful. I didn't like her that much in the last movie. I felt like they were forcing her too much to the plot. Where I'm like, there were some scenes that could have just ended quickly, but because she was there, it kind of took longer. Like she was there to like make the movie longer. It's just what I thought in the last movie. I'm like, yeah, you're like she was just messing up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff could have happened quicker, but in this movie, like she really saved the day. All right, her skills as a pickpocket actually came handy in actually preventing a nuclear war. All right, not even a war. It was more like just nuclear destruction. Her speed in pickpocketing actually saved the world from nuclear destruction. So like her role actually was pretty good in the movie. Benji was great. Luther, man, shit, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, you'll know. But Luther in the last movie, he did say you got to go somewhere off the grid because where the AI can't find him. So we actually find out what he was actually making in this movie. So, but man, Luther, great character. Also, Luther's what happened to Luther in this movie. I'm like, this got to be the last movie, right? Well, like it's gonna suck having another movie without Luther, man. He's been a great character in these movies. So yeah. And then there was this husband and wife character. This guy was from Mission Impossible 1, if I'm not wrong. That infamous scene. I don't really remember, is that 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure it's 1. So this guy who was there in Mission Impossible 1, the same actor, they brought him back, and then he has a wife and they live in Alaska. Those two, it was totally unexpected. All right, they actually came in clutch in this movie. They were actually more useful than I thought. I'm like, okay, they were just gonna help out for a while and then that's it. But nah, they were there until the end of the movie. So they actually came in clutch. They were a really cool character that I'm like, man, it's gonna suck because I just keep thinking, all right, one of these two, they're definitely gonna die because of how close they were with each other, and I'm like, man, one of them's gonna die. But now both of them survived. It was like, but their characters was actually great. They showed the cop character from the last movie. They actually showed who he is. He has a connection with somebody from the past movie. His assistant actually joins with Ethan Hunt actually, and then the girl who worked with Gabriel in the last movie, she joined in with Ethan. So Ethan has like a weird ass group right now. So one he has Benji, he has a pickpocket Grace, and then he has this girl who worked previously with Gabriel, and then the husband and wife, and then this another cop guy who worked with the other cop guy. Yeah, like an unlikely team up, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, this movie, I'm gonna say, really the best movie of this year. No competition. It's gonna take a lot to beat this movie. So I'm really glad I saw this first day, first show. Like I never miss a Tom Cruise movie, man. So this movie was great. I suggest y'all to watch this on theaters for the best possible experience. This was a great movie. I loved it so much. I might even watch it again probably next week. So shit, bro. Yeah. I got nothing else to say other than this how good this movie was. This movie was amazing, right? Man, I love this movie. I really want to watch it again, bro. This was great. I thought Seven was really good, but this movie really dang. Like mainly that underwater scene was actually better than anything. Underwater scene, and then the scene on the plane. That scene was taking place for so long. So both these scenes were great. And like I said, there's literally nothing worse that can happen in the Mission Impossible universe because he literally saved the entire Earth from nuclear destruction. Okay, is there anything worse that can happen than the entire world getting destroyed by nuclear? I'm not even sure, right? Because this AI, it took control of all the nuclears from all the countries, not just America. It was America, Russia, China, UK, North Korea, India, all the countries of France and all the countries that has nuclear. It took control of um all these nuclears. So it was taking control one by one, and then US was the last one. and once it takes US's nuclear, it's gonna launch everything to everywhere. So he gotta stop the AI before this happens. So I'm like, okay, this is really scary because it kind of showed him what could happen if all these nuclears get launched. So I'm like, okay, once he stopped this, I'm like, this gotta be it. Like, there's literally nothing else that can be worse than this. Like all the previous movies, yeah, I mean, it was bad, but they keep finding something even worse. It's either plutonium or I don't know, some a missile to the city, or just one city, but this is like nuclears targeting the entire world. So there is literally nothing worse that can happen. So I don't know if they actually manage to make part 9. I don't know what that's even worse they can actually do. So yeah, man, I think that was all for me for this movie. This movie was great. I love this movie so much. All the characters was great. Story was great. All the stunts, the action, everything was great, man. I barely could find a flaw in this movie. So yeah, great movie, great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that is all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Go check this movie out in the theaters. So that is all. Thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye.